Greetings, metal friends. I am once again in London, this time in my old stomping ground of Camden. And tonight I am taking part in a heavy metal mental health community event here at Raven Records.
It's a gathering. It's something for us to all get excited for. It's something for us to all get kind of dressed up for, to kind of expose our inside out. Camden at the moment is just wonderful. There's just metalheads spilling out everywhere, wearing their hearts on their sleeves. As a culture, we do express that really well, and it feels wonderful, and it feels a safe opportunity to do it.
Cool, so hello everyone and welcome to this very special panel version of Heavy Metal Therapy.
I don't know whether it would be helpful, but I would like just to share a couple of three things that really helped me when I've, been in a bad place mentally, which I have been. Number one, gratitude, actually being grateful for anything that happens to you, because there's a lesson in there. And there's a great saying that really helps me, and that is, it didn't happen to me, it happened for me. So that really takes you out of the kind of victim mentality and puts you in a much stronger position of being empowered.
No, what I do is I surround myself with really good mates and family members I can rely on. And as I said, talk shit through. It's precisely when you're vocalizing it, when you're precisely getting it off your chest, and you've got someone who empathically really gives a shit as well and listens. That's what's making a really big difference, hence heavy metal therapy, hence why we're doing this. What us metalheads do, we don't sit with it. We don't pent it up. We actually do let it out, hence why we've got the mosh pits, hence why we've got the awesome music that allows us to feel. There aren't any taboos here. We don't really give a shit about the society out there. Our shit we need to process is important, and this is the awesome soundtrack.
So for me, my diagnosis in terms of my mental health aren't there as an excuse. They're there for me to understand how my brain works and how I'm going to react in certain situations, and that's what will give me the key to change and become a better individual. And for me, that's what being aware of your mental health is all about. So I would then look at thoughts, feelings, because that's what happens. The thought comes first, then you have a feeling, then you have an emotional response, the chemical reaction in the brain, that produces a reaction, and then you get a result. And a lot of the time the results aren't what we want, so we have to go in and change the thinking. Do what works for you, and I think that's the most important thing. Think about it, be aware of how you're feeling, and find a process that works for you to be able to deal with it.
So heavy metal therapy is it's a peer support group. So it's drawing from the strength of the individuals and their experience in supporting each other. We've kind of developed our own culture of outcasts. So we like to draw sort of like the wonderful freaks in and around us and share stories.
Do you know the difference between guilt and shame? Haha. Guilt, very important differentiation here. Guilt is, bollocks, I fucked this up, haven't I? However, when I'm aware that I fucked it up, I can make it good again. Shame is, I am a fuck up. There's nothing you can do to redeem yourself. However, it's very, very harmful, and it usually lingers on over generations. And this is usually part of the interior voices we still might have. Fuck that.
In January last year, my cat of 16 years passed away, and the devastation I felt was just unbelievable. He was such a help to me for 16 years, and then he was gone, and the grief that I felt, I can't, it was so intense. And on the days afterwards, I found it very difficult to exist, basically. I'm so lucky I had my wonderful husband Nick, because we ended up going on lots of really long walks, and we talked. Nick loved Dill as well, and we talked about we talked about how we felt, and then Nick said something really profound which I want to share with you, because when you lose something, you want it back, you want more. And Nick said, just think, Vanessa, maybe you had 16 years of your time with Dylan. That was your time with him. And that's what you need to be grateful for and to have gratitude for. He said, have you considered that if you want more, maybe that's being greedy? And that, I can't explain why, but it just helped me so much that what I had, that time I had with my precious cat, it was enough. And I was lucky to have it. And that was one of the main things that helped me through my grief. You can tell I'm still very upset about it.
We don't get taught grief. Have you guys noticed? No one really teaches how we're meant to be grieving. By the way, Industrial Revolution, before this we had 3-4 generations of a family within a house underneath one roof. Eventually Auntie Bertha used to die. The whole family used to grieve together. Now we're completely separate from this. And suddenly when we are dealing with a death, we're unprepared. And this is really something we need to work with. By the way, us metalheads, we embrace our shadows. I would say we are less afraid of this.
I do find the music's been really powerful for me, just because it's a way for me to articulate kind of my own thoughts.
I know when I get frustrated and when I get pissed off and I don't know what to do with my anger and my aggression, on go my headphones, out comes something like Dragged Into Sunlight or Cannibal Corpse or the most angriest stuff I can find. One man mosh pit that away. You know, it's all about swinging those arms and getting that energy moving. You know, that's what it is about. Why do I feel like this? You're never going to get the answer. If I say, what am I feeling and where is it coming from, you'll get an answer, even if that's in here, in here, in here, or wherever, and then move it away. Get rid of it.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
It's just nice to hear it from a panel like this, because you go easily into your mind and you just circle around there. But when you get to put things and thoughts out, it just helps so much.
The stories that you shared and that the other panelists shared, they were so real, and so there was a lot of relatability about it. It was just really, I think it hit home for a lot of people. We were just sitting here just basically nodding and going, yes, yeah, absolutely.
It was really important and to hear that people in this community and adults still struggle with the same things that I struggle with.
I did get a lot from it and a lot of takeaways around kindness and gratitude.
As soon as I found metal and my place and finding bands I liked and seeing people who I enjoyed being with and their company and stuff, it helped me a lot mentally and made me grow as a person.
You know, within the metal community, people are allowed to express themselves. There's a lot of acceptance and there's a lot of expression as well, and that can only be a good thing.
To hear lyricists such as Rob Flynn, for instance, speak the contents of my mind for me is so powerful. It's so wonderful, and it can be very expressive. Young, for instance, talked about the shadow and about accepting the darkness that's within us, around us, and kind of making a friend with it and making peace with it. And I think metal is a wonderful medium to do that.
It's about sharing and finding the commonality in others and helping each other. You know, supremely important.